like babies to each other. Yeah. And it's like, what is this? Grown-ups talking like that. So that's how it is. It is said that once when a man's son was blind since birth, the father had a staunch affection for the child, named him Padma Lochana, or lotus eye. It's called blind love. Anyway, the place where the deer is, all this is a very auspicious place in any case. Just like Kurukshetra, that place is also Pulahasya Ashram. Yeah. So, it's an auspicious place. Text 24.
Actually, Prabhupada is telling the purport.
Yeah.
Bhakti Maharaj also is, the deers he is saying, actually it is coming from Shastra. He is quoting all these things also.
Yeah. Many times you will see that, even if the Asuras speak, they will twist it to show that it's glorification. Okay, text 25, 24. Api swit asau bhagavan udupatir inam mrgapati bayan mritta mataram mrga balakam swashrama paribrashtam anugampaya kripana janavatsalaha paripati. Maharaj Bharata continued to speak like a madman. Seeing above his head the dark marks on the rising moon, which resembled a deer, he said, "Can it be that the moon, who is so kind to an unhappy man, might also be kind upon my deer? Knowing that it has strayed from home and has become motherless, this moon has given the deer shelter near itself just to protect it from the fearful attacks of a lion." Text 25. Kim vatmaja vishlesha jwaradava dahana shikhavid upatapyamana hridayasthala narinikam mam upasrita mirgi tanayam shishira shantanuraga gunita nija vadana sharilamritamaya gavastibihi swadhyaiti ticha. After perceiving the moonshine, Maharaj Bharata continued speaking like a crazy person. Madman, crazy person. Now, he said, "The dear son was so submissive and dear to me that due to its separation, I am feeling separation from my own son. Due to the burning fever of this separation, I am suffering as if inflamed by a forest fire. My heart, which is like the lily of the land, is now burning. Seeing me so distressed, the moon is suddenly splashing its shining nectar upon me, just as a friend throws water on another friend who has a high fever. In this way, the moon is bringing me happiness." So it is separation, no? Yeah. He is separate. Actually, it's separation of Krishna, but here it seemed to be imposed on the deer. Now, Prabhupada says in Ayurveda treatment, if somebody has high fever, you can drink the water, gargle and splash on him. I don't think you all should do that, unless you know how to do it. Yeah, so don't do it to your brother.
He can do to you.
I'm not sick.
I mean, in modern, the child has fever, they put cold water. Yeah, I've seen that. They even bathe you with cold water, with high fever. Text 26. Evam agatamana manoratha kula hridayo mirgadara khavasena swarabda karmana yogarambanato vibramshitaha Sayoga tapaso bhagavad aradhana lakshanacha katam itarata jadi antara ina kunaka asangaha sakshanishvayasha pratipakshataya prakpratiyakta dusyaja hridaya vitatasya tasaivam antaraya vihata yoga rambanasya Rajarishir Bharatasya Tavan Mirgarbhaka Poshana Palana Prinana Lanana Sangena Viganayata Atmanam Ahir Ivahuku Vilam Duratikramaha Kalaha Karala Rabasha Apadyata. Sukadeva Goswami continued, my dear king, in this way Bharata Maharaj was overwhelmed by an uncontrollable desire which was manifest in the form of the deer. Due to the fruited results of his past deeds, he fell down from mystic yoga, austerity and worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If it were not due to his past fruitive activity, how could he have been attracted to the deer after giving up the association of his own son and family, considering them stumbling blocks on the path of spiritual life? How could he show such uncontrollable affection for a deer? This was definitely due to his past karma. The king was so engrossed in petting and maintaining the deer that he fell down from his spiritual activities. In due course of time, insurmountable death, which is compared to a venomous snake that enters the hole created by a mouse, situated itself before him. So then Prabhupada gives a nice, the whole purport is very nice, as will be seen in later verses. Bharata Maharaj at the time of death would be forced to accept the body of a deer due to his attraction for the deer. Right? Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. In this regard, a question may be raised: how can a devotee be affected by his past misconduct and vicious activities? So in Brahma Samhita it is said, Karmani nidahiti kintu cha bhakti bhajam. For those engaged in devotional service, bhakti bhajana, the results of past deeds, are indemnified. That means clear. According to this, Bharata Maharaj could not be punished for his past misdeeds. The conclusion must be that Maharaj Bharata purposefully became over-addicted to the deer and neglected his spiritual advancement. Okay? Now, you can't do it, huh? Don't you all...
This is connection to what you said from
Yes.
Bhagavatam.
Yes. He purposely did it.
Purposely did it.
Alright? Because in Bhava Bhakti you don't. But he did it purposely. So that we learn a lesson here.
He's experimenting.
No, he's not experimenting. Not at all experimenting. He did it to get out of certain situation. The Lord is using him, or he is the example for us to learn not to be, not only attached, to be lax in our practice. If you are lax, then you become disturbed by so many things. Okay? Okay, to immediately rectify his mistake, for a short time he was awarded the body of a deer. So therefore the Lord shows, if you are, Srimati, what is it? Suchinam Srimati, right? He says one who quickly and one who has practiced for a long time, they take birth accordingly. So for a short time he was awarded the body of a deer. This was just to increase his desire for mature devotional souls. Although Bharata Maharaj was awarded the body of an animal, he did not forget what had previously happened due to his purposeful mistake. Again Prabhupada says that. So Prabhupada doesn't go too much into details because then the Bhagavatam will be too big already. But
It will become Brihad
Brihad Bhagavatam. Not only that, it will be just too big, and he wants to give us the essential things that we need to practice properly. And that's enough. We can go back to God again. So if you want to know more, like I said, read the Brihad Bhagavatam. He was very anxious to get out of his dear body. You see, he was very anxious now. And this indicates that his affection for devotion service was intensified. So much so that he was quickly to attain perfection in a Brahmana body in the next life. It is with this conviction that we declare in our Back to Godhead magazine that devotees like the Goswamis living in Vrindavan who purposely commit some sinful activity are born in the bodies of dogs, monkeys and tortoises in that holy land. So therefore you cannot be cruel to those animals there. They are all very advanced people who had made some mistake. Thus they take on these lower life forms for a short while, and after they give up those animal bodies, they are again promoted to the spiritual world.
This is different from the people who live in Dham and they commit certain activities like...
They are also, Prabhupada said, you shouldn't treat them like you know better. No, they are still exalted.
No, but will they also go to the spiritual world like in a very short time?
Yeah, I think they all take birth as animals first if they're committing.
No, but if they are doing not purposely, but
what do you mean not purposely?
Like for example, some people
they
might
just
be taking cigarettes.
physical activities.
Yeah, they will all have to go through some purification. It's not a free ride to the
Yeah, but
spiritual.
they can't just go immediately.
No.
No.
They have to purify.
Everyone goes through that. Even if you take the birth of a gopi, you still have to go through some
Training.
kind of training. Planet where Krishna is doing his pastime. So everybody goes through some purification. Such punishment is only for a short period, and it is not due to past karma. It may appear to be due to past karma, but it is offered to rectify the devotee and bring him to pure devotional service. So it's not like past karma. It appears like that. So when Sukadeva Goswami is saying that, he's indicating that it appears like past karma, but it is not.
So for us it is not like that. We might still be suffering a past karma.
We are definitely
No, the question is like we say at the time of initiation all the karmas right.
Yes, it is a fact. It is a fact. But the point is, if you are not following, then the karma comes back double or triple.
It's come back.
Yeah. The reaction becomes double or triple. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Huh? Because you are taking responsibility for your spiritual life, and then you renege on it. Then knowingly, so the punishment is heavier for the same crime. It's just like if a brahmana kills, then the king will have to take some punishment, no? So they will. A brahmana knowingly he shouldn't be doing such thing. Therefore, the punishment may be severe for a brahmana as opposed to a Sudra who kills. I think there's a pastime like that also in Mahabharata. Yudhishthira Maharaj. Yeah.
He didn't punish Brahmana, but he did that for others.
Yes. Yeah. Text 27. Tadanim api pashva vartinam atmajam ivanusochantam avivikshamano mriga eva vinivisheta mana vishrijya lokam imam saha mrigena kalevaram mritam anuna mrita janmanusmritir itaravan mirga shariram avapa. Translation: at the time of death, the king saw that the deer was sitting by his side, exactly like his own son, and was lamenting his death. Actually, the mind of the king was absorbed in the body of the deer, and consequently, like those bereft of Krishna consciousness, he left the world, the deer, and his material body, and acquired the body of a deer. However, there was one advantage. Although he lost his human body and received the body of a deer, he did not forget the incidents of his past life. So, not for us, okay? So don't think, oh, Krishna is so kind, he'll let me think like Bharat Maharaj. Good luck.
The deer would have become saint in the next life.
The deer would be, I do not know. Maybe in the Puranas you can find. I personally don't know. The deer could have been Krishna, who came to confuse Bharat Maharaj. So I do not know. I'm just speculating. Right? You do not know.
Sukadeva Goswami said it looks like they had some past connection. This
Yeah.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
Just telling it to you. How can it be other than it is because of it?
Past karma. Yeah. According to this law, in the purport, second paragraph, according to this law, because Bharat Maharaj was always thinking of the deer and forgetting his worship of the Supreme Lord, he acquired the body of a deer. However, due to his having been elevated to the topmost platform of devotional service, he did not forget the incidents of his past life. Now, the reason is he was at a topmost level. We are not. We are struggling at the bottom rung. Right? We are. We have to be honest with ourselves. We are struggling.
So, we may not just have one attachment to one thing, but several. So,
Yeah.
it means several lifetimes.
Yeah, probably. That's why previously you have to get rid of your subtle body by doing devotional service nicely. Because all your desires are stored by the subtle body, waiting to lead you into the next adventure. Right? So then why is it that he could remember? Because it's a special benediction. The Lord wanted to show us that if you do that, you suffer. And Bharat Maharaj then can also explain to people what really happens. And it's also another way to understand that life, we take many births. It's not that we only have one birth. Due to his past activities in devotional service, he became determined to finish his devotional service even in the body of a deer. So therefore, what is that to us? What does it indicate to us?
We have to be determined in this body.
Exactly. Be determined in this life. Don't. So if you are very determined, you can enhance the affection of the real devotees in your circle. Then they will also become serious and everyone will help each other. Like that. No?
Sangha.
Sangha, the proper Sangha. Otherwise it will be based on social things, material social things, that's all. So as you practice seriously, others will say, no, he's serious, I also, because you all have competitive natures, then you all say, I also better be serious. Right? It will be a positive influence. But if you are not laxing, then say, well, he didn't do, why I have to do also. It's like that.
So I don't know if it is appropriate to say this, but I will try to get your idea on this one. Even in our Sangha we see there are cooking clubs. People associated the cooking level for Krishna. It's not for Krishna.
Okay.
Then there are Pujari clubs, for lack of a better word. They're only focused on that activity.
Right.
So when you say elevate yourself or whatever, so should we be in one of those, or should we transcend all those, or what is the idea there?
No, they are all doing devotional service. So that's okay. Like Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, right? So it doesn't say you have to be all 9 angas. It says you perfect in one of them. So if you are cooking for Krishna, cook so amazingly for Krishna.
No, but for lack of a better word, the cooking club sometimes, and I've heard statements.
Yes.
You guys only hear Srimad Bhagavatam classes. You are not working on these activities, which means you are not really at the devotional platform. Like somebody actually told me, why are you wasting time with Srimad Bhagavatam classes? You should actually work for Krishna.
Both. You cannot have only one foot and walking.
No, I see. People may be laughing here,
Yeah.
but I'm bringing the points that other people
Yeah,
are
yeah,
afraid
yeah.
to bring up.
Always
See, people have to be courageous, right? Some people are laughing in the room right now when I bring these points, but they have to realize that there are some influences across the board
Definitely.
that one has to understand and apply
Of
themselves.
course, which is what I indicated earlier, right? If the whole idea of Bhagavatam is so that you practice purposefully for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an internal thing, You have to all take it.
No, but how do I respond to this criticism? You're wasting your time with Srimad Bhagavatam classes when there is so much service to be done for Krishna.
Yeah, so you say I'm also giving time for service, right? All work and no play makes Jack,
Dull boy.
and all play and no work makes Jack a dull boy. Dumb and dull, same. So you have to have balance. Krishna never said you only have to do this or only have to do that. You balance according to what you can do and give, right? Like for example, if let's say there's no class now, what would some of you be doing, or all of you be doing? You're telling me you'll be doing some devotional service? Huh? clicking mouse.
Browsing.
Yeah.
Also, so probably,
So
I think Prabhupada brought very valid point.
Yeah.
But some of the things you should not actually get to overly stressed about when people make, because sometimes people make.
Yeah, that's the other thing also.
Atman money because they are doing things. That's why they're saying.
So everybody, whoever is doing a particular thing, they say this is the thing.
Of course, you know,
Like
like
Sankirtan, this is
when
the
we
only
first came.
No, I'm not.
No, it's
saying
true. When I
anything,
first
right?
came to the movement, only book distribution. Everyone else is Maya. But Prabhupada never says that.
That's if you study books, then we won't comment like this.
Yeah, knowledge is important, but it has to be balanced every day. Yeah.
Maturity will come.
So you shouldn't get disturbed by that. Then you should see, you should think if someone says that maybe there is some validity. Let me think about it. Yeah, you can say, well, that's a good point. Let me think about it. Yeah. And then you can say, look, I'm doing in a week. I'm doing this, and what are you doing different?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to get into a debate.
No,
because
I'm
then
saying,
I
No, actually, that is a very
offend any
valid point.
Vaishnavas. Yeah.
No,
You have
that's
to
all.
see overall
Wrong. You can
what
always
it is.
ask, what is the difference and what are you doing? That how can you say this is not devotional practices?
Yeah, because
Prabhupada says how many hours per week you have to do.
So also, if
Acharya
they-
is saying.
yeah,
huh?
four days,
whatever they're
4 hours a
saying,
day.
Yeah.
If whatever they're saying, if there's some truth in it, maybe we have to look back ourselves.
Yeah,
It's
so
not
maybe,
But if you're
maybe
saying that you are doing only Bhagavatam, you're not doing
that is
anything
not
else.
fair.
And if you're doing something else, you should tell Prabhu.
Yeah.
this is
Many
what I
many
can
times
do.
they don't know that we are like cooking or doing some other services, dietary dressing or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, you say
It's
you
just
do
the
book
one aspect.
distribution, you go out on Harinam, you say I'm doing all this, you mean I can't do a little bit study?
These people say because they don't understand that there is
Yeah.
two rails to the bhakti. There is
No, there's one
sadhana
aspect.
and- sadhana and
There's
seva.
one aspect. The other aspect is enviousness also.
Really?
Yeah, of course.
They cannot do it.
Yeah, they
Yes,
can't do it.
They can't do it, or they don't want to do it, and so they don't want others to do it. So there's different levels, and you do not know from which
Which angle it's coming.
they are coming from. Ultimately, you should see, right, what is your devotion to Krishna and Srila Prabhupada.
Ultimately, we are a preaching mission.
Exactly.
Preaching can be done many ways.
Yeah. You have to see how you are giving. Right? You have to see. If you know you are doing it nicely, and you know you are doing all, then why are you getting all disturbed by all this thing? We get disturbed because we are
need to
attached
respond to.
Not necessarily. Sometimes you don't have
You
to.
don't have to.
Sometimes you have to. That depends on the situation. I cannot give you a good answer based on this
Possible.
statement, because I do not know. There could be many other reasons, Just like, unless you do Bhakti Shastri, how do you know what the Bhakti Shastri devotees go through, right? You haven't experienced it. You can't just say, you guys are reading Bhagavad Gita, right? So 10 years ago they said the same thing. Then 10 years later, now they say, you all reading Bhagavatam. Right? I remember first time I came, the same thing people were saying. Prabhu, they're saying this. I said, don't worry, let's study. Because Prabhupada wanted his disciples, everyone to know his books.
Prabhu, are you going to study, continue after the 6th canto?
We will see. We'll see. Yeah.
By which time everybody should be like preaching, right? I mean, this.
Yeah, I'm sure you all are doing something, right? Yeah. Practice, the whole idea is, like I always, I'm not giving Bhagavatam class here. I'm asking you all to think for yourself mostly. If I give Bhagavatam class, then one sloka for a whole day, man. That's not the idea, right? The idea is to see what Prabhupada, like I say, there's things like Prabhupada says is preaching. He gives preaching thing inside. Then he gives you how to do sadhana practices. Then he talks about facts in the Bhagavatam or Purana. So these are some of the things you learn from his purports.
Consciousness during the service.
Yeah.
While performing the service, what is the consciousness? That's what we learn.
So basically, that is the main thing, Anyway, sometimes when you're walking in this road, the dogs will bark, right? In the Bhagavatam it says like that.
No, but these are all devotees. We are not
No, it
talking
depends
about-
on the level of consciousness also, right? Where their consciousness is. You cannot say I am the only one. In the early days when I joined, it was only book, and the person who was pushing fell down eventually.
Book distribution.
Hmm?
Book distribution. When you say book,
Yeah, book
reading,
distribution.
Only book distribution.
Yeah. And the guy who was at the temple always doing a little arati was the best devotee. So we cannot judge like that.
Yeah.
You cannot. You're not supposed to judge like that. That's not what we are learning here. Prabhupada also said that that whatever you do your best.
Yeah.
Not everyone can do the same thing, right? Can you cook? Why?
I don't have the skill.
Why you don't have school? You are wasting your life. If I talk like that, how you feel?
Then we'll be in trouble.
Right? If let's say I am the GBC, I come here and say, why you don't know how to cook? Why you call yourself? You're Brahmana. Actually, Prabhupada said Brahmana means you need to cook, you need to give class, and you need to do kirtan.
Can't do all the three things.
Huh?
Can't do all the three things. That's not a Brahmana.
Well, we do something because
That's preacher.
that is a preacher.
If you notice 3 things, you can.
Ultimately, Prabhu, it's your behavior that most people see. So if you are a very nice devotee and you will attract people. It's not whether you hang around in this group or that group or that group. Doesn't matter. Wherever group you hang around, they'll say, this person does the service so nicely. When he cooks so nicely. When he does the arati, it's so nice to see him do the arati. When he does the harinam, he sings so nicely. So that means the person is doing it for Krishna's pleasure. Yeah. So that's what right? When you're managing, who are you managing for?
Krishna.
Exactly. So this is Prabhupada's move, it's not ours. We come and go. Today we are here, we are dead and gone. Tomorrow another big guy will be jumping up and down. Right? Every few years it will be like that. We cannot worry about all those things. Yeah, so if they say, then you just say, maybe Krishna is telling me something, and think about it, and if you think there's something to change, you change.
Also, we may be thinking, I'm attending classes, I am better than them, or it's.
That's a good point also.
Reflection.
Yeah, you can also think like that. But like I said, what's the big deal? If you really want the certificate, I can print it and give you guys. But what is the value?
There's the balance.
Yeah.
Right? One is books are the basis, and then being utility is the principle. So it's not that the focus only on books.
No. But I guarantee you, if you read nicely, your heart will change and you'll go out and do things. That is a guarantee.
I think it says in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, if you convinced something, there's one sloka, right? You have to understand it very properly. I don't remember the sloka.
Bhagavatam Maharaj
By
also said
deliberation.
Bhagavatam has a potency to give you Krishna Prema.
Yes, there's 5 things we learned in the right? Nectar of Devotion.
Most potent.
So how can they belittle study of Bhagavatam? That means they don't know this knowledge.
Yeah, we should just
So don't worry about
be
this.
compassionate.
Yeah, take a higher ground.
Lower ground is better actually.
No, that is high thinking.
Is consciousness. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody has certain propensities and then certain abilities.
Because every time when we say something, we are actually being offensive to the acharyas. Do you know that? So we have to be very careful.
If it says something means
Something against like what these people
The
are.
process proper they set up.
This is a process that set up acharyas coming down in parampara. It works, So for us to make statements like that, we have to be very careful. Unless you are a big, powerful. Bharat Maharaj fell down, so I don't know which level these people are. Right? So be careful also. When they say, just take it like okay, maybe, or be like Jad Bharat. So that's why we are learning.
So sometimes we feel offended
because we are not.
We should not.
We are not at the high level, so you feel
the
offended.
way one person put his writing exam is illusion.
So then you tell him to change the whole state exam rules.
Yeah.
In college, everywhere.
Yeah.
Exams, right?
So this is, we have to go Sankirtan, this is illusion. So I was like,
Yeah, exactly. I know. Which means they don't understand. It takes time for people to appreciate.
No, this can happen because of our lack of poor
I think
planning
he
also.
put it right.
If there is some service is there and then
I think he knows the intention, don't worry.
Like, for example, right, if let's say you have Aarti you're offering to do, I don't expect you to come.
Yeah.
I expect you to do your service.
Yeah.
Because that's your duty.
I think Harish Prabhu is not here, so he's cooking maybe.
Yeah, like that.
No, he's not well. He just sent him.
Okay.
He's down with fever.
Oh, fever. But he cooks on Sunday, so maybe not cook tomorrow.
Yeah. So things like that, it's acceptable. Anyway, if you feel hurt and so on, then you have to reflect and say, what are you attached to that's making you feel hurt?
The study of Bhagavatam is so critical.
Yes.
And when he says he's himself studying Bhagavatam, and he says
you don't study. That's why
when
he's
he
studying, but he's
himself
telling you
says,
don't.
This is illusion. We have to go Sankirtan.
Yeah. You can say after I read, I'll go. You have a whole year to go, no?
Yeah.
Right? You have from the month of February till the next time I come, you have so much Sankirtan.
11 months of service.
Yeah. So why are you making such a big deal? Yeah. So if you go to the dam, it's illusion also. You could be doing Sankirtan. Right or not?
I think depending on who gives the account. If somebody is superior giving this
Exactly.
feedback, it means you're reading but you're not doing service.
Yes. Yeah. So that means they are concerned that you're not really practicing what you're preaching or
That's
preaching. Yeah, don't worry so much. I'm not worried. I'm not attached to it.
In terms of Sankirtan,
Yes.
we do want, it's a regulated activity.
It is. So you have to do it. Like today, Prabhu said we have to do Harinam. I said fine. I'm not saying I'm not doing like Lord Shiva here. I could, but then I said why? Okay. Then in the last sentence, which is very important, Srila Prabhupada, second last sentence, it is proved herein that due to the grace of the Supreme Lord, a devotee is never vanquished. What is that verse he said? No.
My devotees never question Bhagavad Gita.
Name Bhakta Pranashyati.
Yes, Name Bhakta Pranashyati. Due to his willful neglect of devotional service, a devotee may be punished for a short time. Now, Srila Prabhupada is saying here, due to his willful means purposely, willingly, you can neglect devotional service, then the Lord will punish for a short time. But he again revives his devotional service and returns home back to Godhead. So, fallen devotee shouldn't be seen in a negative way. Apichet? Yeah, so he'll come back. And exactly, ultimately the Lord is very merciful. So therefore anyone who comes to tell you that Lord is very harsh is bull. He's never harsh. He's actually supremely compassionate.
Even the demons, they fall down, but again they come.
Exactly,
Right? After a long time.
Exactly. And that's his mercy.
That is his mercy.
Yeah, he's always allowing us to come back to him. We will not let somebody come back into our hearts once they hurt us, but the Lord will. That is the supreme position.
Even if they are going lower and lower in space of life, actually it is for the benefit only.
Exactly. It's never not beneficial. It's always beneficial. Always.
So, Prabhu, when Prabhupada says the devotee may be punished for a short time, punished by Maya or punished by...
Depend on the Lord. So everything is under his jurisdiction.
Okay,
So,
This is not as per karma, it says, right?
no, it's not karma.
So it's not Maya.
In this case, for him, it's the Lord intervenes.
Lord's arrangement.
But not for everyone, really.
Not for everyone. Depending on your position. Nah? Yeah.
So then it will be karma, right?
But primarily, if you have done some service favorably, I'm sure sincerely you must have done something, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, the Lord will blow that out of proportion. He'll say, he did such a wonderful blessing, and then I'll save him. He can do that because he is Swarat.
Not confident.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. You cannot say why I did so much and you're not taking me back. Just like the Brahmana and the cobbler. The Lord is just laughing and says, "Shut up, I'll take him." So that's his independence. That's the beauty of the Lord. You don't know. You can roll the die, but you don't know what number will fall. Anyway, in that situation like that, I am confident that the Lord is so merciful. So no matter how fallen you can get, He is always there. Maybe not physically, but He's there in your heart. So that is the amazing mercy, no? He's with you in every species you go into. He's always with you. Yeah. You're a hog eating stool. He's still with you. He didn't say,
Before you smelling, he knows the smell.
Yeah.
Amritananda Prabhu shared one realization. You were walking through downtown and you saw somebody on the roadside, right? And then you felt like Paramatma, Lord is also accompanying him.
Yeah. The Lord is there. Text 28. Maybe you can chant. Okay, you chant.
28.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tatra pihava atmano mrigatva karanam bhagavat aradhana samihanubhavenanu nasmritya brisam anupatya mana aha.
Although in the body of a deer, Bharata Maharaj, due to his rigid devotional service in his past life, could understand the cause of his birth in that body. Considering his past and present life, he constantly repented his activities, speaking in the following way. Okay, what is the lesson?
Mr. Krishna, I got attached to something.
Okay, but in this particular
You should not
translation,
act like a Mahabhagu when you are not.
When you make a mistake, you have to repent.
yeah, that is the point. When you make a mistake, you have to repent. You cannot hide behind something. You cannot give excuses.
No further excuse.
No more. Just say, yes, I did this. I'm a clown. I'm a jerk. I'm this and that. I made it. Okay, let it be, and you give me the punishment now. That's the best solution, actually. And quickly you will become peaceful.
Yeah, Amal Bhakta Maharaj once made this statement. You make a mistake, you cry and roll on the ground. Krishna, I made this mistake. That's how you should repent.
Exactly. So that's the same thing. He constantly repented. That means every day he was thinking, I made this, I'm so sorry, Lord, please forgive me. Not just 1-2 days and then, okay, haha. You know, I am okay now. Why? We for most of us, we go into that situation because of the material energy we join in Avranmika Shakti. Prasad Mahaka Shakti also. So both bewilder us and we are like, oh, everything is okay. But no, it's not okay. So he never allowed that to happen. Rather, he constantly repented. That means he is very
Elevated.
sincere. He's sincere. Okay. 29.
Aho kastam brashtoham atma vatma varnupatad yadvimukta samasta sangasya vivikta punyaranya saranasyatma vatah Atmani sarvesham atmanam bhagavati vasudeve tad anusravana manana sankirtana aradhana nusmarana bhiyogena snusya sakala ayamena kalena samavesitam samahitam kartisnyayena manasta tu punar mama budhasyaran mrigasutam anu parishrava. So the whole Sankirtana Yajna is right here in the middle of the paragraph.
In the body of a deer, Bharata Maharaj began to lament, what misfortune! I have fallen from the path of the self-realized. I gave up my real sons, wife and home to advance in spiritual life, and I took shelter in a solitary holy place in the forest. I became self-controlled and self-realized, and I engaged constantly in devotional service, hearing, thinking, chanting, worshipping and remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. I was successful in my attempt, so much so that my mind was always absorbed in devotional service. However, due to my personal foolishness, my mind again became attached, this time to a deer. Now I have obtained the body of a deer and have fallen far from my devotional practices.
He's taking responsibility.
Yeah, he's taking responsibility. He's not blaming anyone.
He didn't say why this deer has to come into the company.
Right? So basically he accepted that he misused his position. Yeah.
The amazing thing is, while he was doing it, he didn't repent like that.
Well, like I said,
He did it willfully.
he did it willfully, so therefore he's not. After giving up the body, he realized it was wrong. That doing it willfully was wrong. Yeah. Right? He was thinking, well, I'll just not focus. I'll take another birth and do it. That's how he was thinking, and so it happened like that.
Now we can understand why material nature giving punishment.
Yes.
Punishment is also compassionate for us to correct.
Yes, always. It's always for the rectification. Prabhupada uses the word rectification of the conditioned soul. Alright, so in the purport, in the middle of the purport, Prabhupada says devotional service is very completely described here. Tad anushravana manana sankirtana radhana nusmarana biyogena. The constant hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord is recommended in Bhagavad Gita. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drida vrataha. Those who have taken to Krishna consciousness should be very careful that not a single moment is wasted. We are good at that. And that not a single moment is spent without chanting and remembering the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His activities. So we are very good. By his own actions and by the actions of his devotees, Krishna teaches us how to become cautious in devotional service. So there you go. Prabhupada gives you another indication of why. Through the medium of Bharata Maharaj, Krishna teaches us that we must be careful in discharge of devotional service. If we want to keep our minds completely fixed without deviation, we must engage them in devotional service full time. Right? So
the next line is very nice. As far as members of International Society of Krishna Consciousness are concerned, they have sacrificed everything to push on this Krishna consciousness.
they are supposed to have sacrificed.
Baba is talking about his disciples.
Yeah, he's talking about the disciples at that time. So yeah, they all did. So again, you have to put yourself in that situation. Am I sacrificing everything? No, I'm not. I'm still stuck here and there. Yeah.
If they have not sacrificed, we will not have what we have.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's true. Alright, so not to waste your time eating, sleeping like that. Anyway, you know what I'm saying and what Prabhupada wants us to. So practical reasons he's giving us not to waste our time. When you are when you are at Bhava Bhakti, you will not waste time. Yeah. But then again, the situation is for us to learn that such an exalted person as Bharata Maharaj fell down because he wasted his time trying to take care of a deer. Yeah. Text 30.
Yes, Professor. इति एवं निगूढ निर्वेदो विसृज्य मृगीं मातरं पुनर्भागवत क्षेत्रम् उपशमशील मुनिगण दयितं शालग्रामं पुलत्स्य पुलसाश्रमं कालाञ्जरत् प्रत्यागमा.
Although Bharata Maharaj received the body of a deer, by constant repentance, he became completely detached from all material things. He did not disclose these things to anyone, but he left his mother deer in a place known as Kalanjara mountain, where he was born. He again went to the forest of Shalagrama and to the ashrama of Pulatsya and Pulaha. So, as far as he's concerned, those places are very good place to go and practice. So therefore he went back there. In the purport, Prabhupada explains a few things because questions come, It is significant that Maharaj Bharata, by the grace of Vasudeva, remembered his past life. He did not waste a moment. He returned to Pulaha Ashrama, to the village known as Shalagrama. association is very meaningful. So now first time Prabhupada brings up that. Because Bharat Maharaj did not have any association. And so he only had a deer association. I remember one time one devotee was saying how he was meditating up in the Himalayas. All alone, he said. So he said every day this old lady will come. I mean, he said old lady, I do not know how old she was. And come and give prasad or whatever. And then at first he was very strict, he'll just take it. Later on he got so used to, he started taking nicely. Then finally he said he fell down with her. Yeah. So association is very important. So Prabhupada here says association is very meaningful. Therefore, ISKCON tries to perfect one who enters the society. So what are we supposed to do? Perfect ourselves and others, help them perfect. Yeah. So not for any other reason. We just help people to go back to Godhead. That is what we should understand. The members of this society should always remember that the society is not like a free hotel. Because come for prashadam and then stay there, hang around. All the members should be very careful to execute their spiritual duties so that whoever comes will automatically become a devotee and will be able to return back to God in this very life. That means in your heart you should want that, but you cannot force people. Okay? Although Bharat Maharaj acquired the body of a deer, he again left his hearth and home. In this case, the mountain Kalanjara. No one should be captivated by his birthplace and family. One should take shelter of the association of devotees and cultivate Krishna consciousness. It's like you all left India, that's why you took up Krishna consciousness. Isn't it?
That's true actually.
If you were there, you will not be able
to. We don't know, but mostly.
Generally, yeah. Text 31.
Tasmin api kalam.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Tasmin api kalam pratikshamanaha sangacha brusam udvigna atma sahachara suksha parna trina viruddha vartamano mrigatva nimittavasanam eva ganayam mrigasariram thirtodaka klinnam utsasaraja.
Remaining in that ashrama, the great King Bharata Maharaj was now very careful not to fall victim to bad association. Without disclosing his past to anyone, he remained in that ashrama and ate dry leaves only. He was not exactly alone, for he had the association of the Super Soul. In this way, he waited for death in the body of a deer. Bathing in that holy place, he finally gave up that body. So all the places you go on parikram and so on, the idea is to get good association and do devotional practice. Not just go for sightseeing. Yeah. So particularly Prabhupada mentions Vrindavan is the most exalted and preferred holy place for Vaishnava devotees of Lord Krishna who are aspiring to return back to Godhead. Okay. So the idea is, if one purposefully falls victim to sense gratification, he has to be punished, at least for one lifetime, like Bharat Maharaj. The minimum, one lifetime. Maximum, we do not know. So that's end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 5th canto, 8th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Description of Character of Bharat Maharaj. Okay, give you 10-minute break. Stretch out.